Kevin Durant plays such a bizarre role in today's NBA. The 2-time Finals MVP. He's somehow both the reigning homecoming king and the wrestling heel. He's the best but not most loved player on his team. He's nearly peerless in his all-around skill, but not a strong contender for any of the league's regular season awards. I mean, sure, if he really does something so exceptional and historical, maybe, but maybe not even then. And KD knows all of this. He was talking about it just this week to a Bay Area radio station. Take a listen.
You know they're not going to give me anything. Even if it's on the fence, I have to be clear-cut better than everybody for me to even get a look. So,
why do you think that is?
I mean, it's just pure hate for me, obviously, and no appreciation for my real skill for the game. But I get it. I understand where we're coming from. I understand what we have here in this building that scares everybody. But for me, I was just proud of the growth that I had in that area, whereas I just wanted to be able to be relied on to guard anybody. You know, accolades, that stuff, that stuff is kind of long gone for me, unless it's like, you know, finals or something like that, where it's probably pretty even. But, you know, regular season awards, I mean, I'm never going to get a look when it comes to that, especially playing here for the Warriors.
So there's a lot there. And, of course, the line that got all the headlines was Kevin saying he doesn't win stuff like Defensive Player of the Year because, quote, it's just pure hate for me, obviously, and no real appreciation for my real skill of the game.
In case you missed it the first time.
I'm just saying. Look, I certainly understand why KD feels that way. He is clearly frustrated that we are now going into his 3rd season since he left the Thunder, and not a day goes by without someone chirping at him that he is a snake or a coward or that he will never measure up. And, yeah, he has been told by everyone, from his friends to his teammates to all of us, hey, Kevin, you can't worry about what people think. Move on. Be the bigger person. Don't create that burner account. But look, none of us are Kevin Durant. And I really believe strongly none of us get to decide what he is supposed to feel or how he is supposed to act. Now, what I can say is that the people who vote on regular season awards, that is not the internet mob. That is a pretty select group of media who follow the league very closely and are held publicly accountable for their votes. So I don't personally believe hate is factoring into why KD isn't winning the kind of recognition that he's looking for. This is much more about what happens when you play on a team of all-stars. After all, the exact same diamond, let's say, can be a blinding knockout when it is set so low on Cardi B's finger. But if it is just part of a diamond watch, not only won't you notice that one particular stone as much, you can't really even assess how much it is individually responsible for the overall bling on your wrist. Stephen Jackson knows he wears these watches. And even the stuff we can assess through advanced stats doesn't tend to come out in KD's favor. Yes, his blocks per game last season were a personal best, but not the league best. His defensive real plus-minus was outside the NBA's top 300, and that doesn't mean KD is not a very good defender. He clearly is. But there's also just the reality that on a team of all-stars, you're not going to carry as much of the defensive workload as you would in other places. Bottom line, you know how coaches always blather on about the sacrifices you have to make for winning? On this team, this is one of them. Just ask Steph Curry. And who knows, perhaps KD will get frustrated enough with no longer getting that regular season recognition, and with the hate he does still get on the daily, and with knowing that on a roster this lousy with talent, there isn't often room for him to fully unfurl all his powers. Perhaps next summer he will want to go somewhere else. It is why he signed such a short-term deal a couple months ago, to give himself that option. And I know, on the one hand, it seems like madness to walk away from what could end up being one of the great dynasties in NBA history. On the other hand, well, it is a bizarre space that he occupies right now, and I can understand if sometimes he at least ponders how long he wants to stay there.